The Chaos Demons knew this weakness well, and exploited it to the fullest to extend their control across the galaxy. Millions of devout and fanatical followers, countless hordes on countless worlds and planets, spread across the vast abyss of space and time, power, in exchange for their worship. They recruited thought and command. Even after death, the souls of those who devoted their lives to the Chaos Gods were retained by the deity they worshipped. Even the successful Chaos Champion feats of the most would only attract the god's attention for a brief moment, perhaps enough for the god to reward the loyalist with a disfiguring reward or such occasions are rare, however. The gods can grant a powerful weapon to make him more effective in battle. Such a reward that every champion desires to be freed from the mortal body and reach Demon Prince. Only a few of all humans understand the truth, the realm of chaos. To regenerate body and mind and become a mighty threat of chaos, and have learned from the destruction of others what can happen to a species that succumbs to the lure of chaos. Shattered worlds in the service of chaos. Forgotten peoples dot the sky, the testaments of fallen races that have destroyed themselves. Among them, the greatest are the Eldar, a race that once spread across the galaxy, now reduced to a few not so saddened by survivors drifting in the cold of space. There are some Eldar, individuals their tragedy, who see in humans the same threat that destroyed their race. To these Eldar, humanity is treading the same path. Is a reminder of what happened long toward the darkness of chaos, a crude mirror reflecting the Eldar's own shame. All the signs are there for those with the experience and the courage to see them. Increasing numbers of psychers and the growing armies of those loyal to the Dark God all point to an impending catastrophe. The rise of aberrations, the answer lies in Slaves to Darkness, the title of which is a brief explanation. Chaos is an evil force, dark gods of chaos, corn that exists in the warp. This force is illustrated by the four dark Ts, Inch, Nurgle, and Slaanesh. Gods who desire to crush reality, they use their power as an offering to mortals, fascination with the horrors of war, and most familiar to serve them. This power often manifests in the form of tentacles, superhuman abilities, the eight-pointed star. In some ways, these manifestations are accurate, but they are not the whole truth. The truth is what I hope to expose in this novel, Slaves to Darkness. Chaos is power. Truth is much more terrible, and that is powerful. The forces of the warp are often described as gods, their minion chaos, but it is only a part of something greater, as demons, their power as black magic. That is how mortals speak of 1,000 times more terrifying. The forces of chaos are not gods. They have sentience, perception, made up of the emotions of. They have awareness, a strange and terrifying kind of all mortals. But that concept makes them more like a hurricane than a normal person. That force is inherently infinite, pure, deadly, wild. It is what they are. Nothing can shake that. These forces fight each other like the poles of a magnet. It is not that chaos wants it that way, or perhaps it enjoys it, like a flood choosing to wipe out a street, or a tornado flipping houses and cars. Despair and decay tear apart the desire for perfection and endless pleasure. War sweeps away the power of refinement and so on in a never-ending cycle.
Was the monkey king of Kishkinda, the son of Indra. Bali and Sugriva. Bali, his younger brother, was Sugriva. The kingdom had a sworn enemy called Mayavi. Tired of its attacks, Bali during their fight, Sugriva was ordered to keep a watch outside to settle the score. When Bali and Mayavi entered a cave outside till Bali emerged. Time passed and sounds of the roaring fight wafted to Sugriva's ears. After nearly a year's wait, when neither Sugriva thought they had both been killed, Bali nor the Rakshasa demon came out. Sugriva, saddened by his brother's death, he went back to Kishkinda and became its ruler and made Tara, Bali's wife. Though Sugriva tried to explain the misunderstanding, his queen. However, Bali returned, and seeing Sugriva as king, Bali thought he had been betrayed. Bali attacked and forced him and his team of monkeys to flee Kishkinda. Bali regained his kingship but became an enemy of Sugriva forever. Gajanana. Kubera, the god of wealth, once went to heaven where he met Shiva and Parvati. Very angry, seeing Parvati angry, Kubera became fearful. From his fear emerged a demon called Labhasura who went to the kingdom of demons. Parvati was so beautiful that Kubera kept looking at her. This made her. There he performed a long tapasya. Pleased, Shiva gave him the boon of fearlessness, went to Mount Kailash, the home of Shiva, and threatened to conquer it. After becoming fearless, Labhasura conquered the 3 worlds. Shiva remembered the boon that he had given Labhasura and left Kailash on his own. Tormented by the cruelty of Labhasura, advised them to worship Ganesha. When the gods went to sage Ravya, who had prayed to him. Ganesha appeared in his Gajanana form. Shiva went to Labhasura and described the strength of Gajanana. Kabandha meets Rama. In the forest, Rama and Lakshmana saw a ferocious demon. His name Sura became fearful and admitted defeat. Was Kabandha. The hungry demon caught hold of them and was about to eat them when the brothers fired arrows and cut off his arms. And Lakshmana introduced themselves. Kabandha bowed in reverence and told them his. As Kabandha lay bleeding, he asked them about their identity. When Rama's story, he said that Brahma had cursed him to change into a demon for his misdeeds, and only if Kabandha had then begged Rama to end his life. As his body burnt to ashes, a beautiful figure emerged from it. Rama killed him could he get back his earlier form. After changing into a Gandharva, Kabandha advised Rama to seek Sugriva's help and recover Sita. Arjuna and Angarparna. When they were in hiding, the Pandavas came to the river Ganga one night. A warrior came riding in his chariot and shouted, "I am Angarparna. Part of the forest belongs to me, a heavenly being. You can't cross the river here." Arjuna said, "Sacred river Ganga is nobody's property." Angry Angarparna roared, "Warrior, I challenge you to a fight." Hearing this, "You have no idea how strong I am." Now Arjuna was also angry. He said, "You have never fought with a true warrior." Angarparna attacked Arjuna with his sword. Arjuna escaped his blow and threw at him the burning mashal torch down. Angarparna that he held. It landed on Angarparna's chariot and burnt it. Parna jumped out of his chariot and fainted. When Angarparna came to his senses, he begged for forgiveness. Forgiven by the presented them with Chandavas, he Shashi, the divine sight by which they could see anything at any place and at any time.